Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are back to do my mid-month check-in in EveryDollar. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing below. I hope you all had a super fantastic day. Thank you all to my new subscribers and to everyone who just keeps coming back, and you guys that have been giving me your ideas and your thoughts and stuff, especially when I'm asking the questions, because I pretend like I'm asking for a friend, but that's me. But no, I kind of figured it out, and I guess really you guys gave me the ideas of what I was doing wrong with the goal setting and probably why I'm losing focus. Several of you had vision boards, and I have vision board, but it's more long term, and it wasn't anything that dealt with the short term. What was going to get me there? I had the goals, but they weren't in a visual format. So I'm going to try to create a vision board for the short term to help me out. I also saw that on Debt Free D. So I'm reading you guys' comments on Saturday. Debt Free D goes live, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so weird because it's in there in her video, and y'all need to check it out because she is officially debt free. Congratulations. Hey, I'm so happy for you. And I did cry, but I wasn't going to tell y'all I cried because I'm a G and I don't be crying. But yeah, she had it up on her wall, and I was like, that's so awesome. So all of that helped because everything I have is so long term that, when you have to look that far off and it feels super far off, it's easy to get discouraged, especially after you get rid of a goal. It's like there's nothing keeping the vision, just the end game is in sight. If that makes sense, I need to know, what is December going to look like? What is January going to look like? What is June 2021? What is that going to look like for me? What do I want it to look like for me? And visualize that. So, yes, thank y'all for that. So, I have my transactions already opened up. And I don't know if I did that in front of you guys or not because I was over here bumping my gums. And this is all of these transactions. This is my income, and this is everything that comes out of my check on the 31st. So for me, because I get paid the last business day of the month, I make that the first day of my budgeting month. And so it includes that paycheck as well as expenses from that paycheck that come out on the same day. So I hope that makes sense. But let me drag and drop this here. And then I'm going to drag and drop these expenses, but you don't necessarily need to drag and drop. You can just do edit, and in the choose budget item, I can pick where it goes. So I can do that too. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the versus battle with Patty and Gladys Knight. Y'all, I was like super stoked. I was so happy. I wish my mom was alive. Because I swear I grew up listening to Midnight Train in Georgia, Gladys Knight, and the Pips. When I was a kid, I used to call them pimps, and nobody ever corrected me until I found out at a family gathering. My uncles were cracking a joke about it because my mom had told them that I volunteered to be her pimp while she was lip syncing, and it used to be the game we used to play. Back then, she would lip sync and we'd be the backup dancers and stuff. None of us could sing. So, but we could move, as the old people used to say. But yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and categorize this last one. And this keeps me from scrolling so much. But yeah, I'm going to drop this into my son's savings. But yeah, I was so happy to see them. I mean, it just... And I love Patti LaBelle. I remember I got a new attitude. I remember my mom getting the album. Did I just pass this category because I'm talking? Here it is, my kids' savings. But yeah, I remember when that song came out. I remember my mom getting the album, and I remember just sitting there looking at her album cover because I was so messed up. I couldn't figure out if it was her hair or if it was a hat. I just couldn't figure out. So I just remember looking at that album cover. So I'm going to drag and drop my rent into housing since that's covered. The rest of these expenses will come out around the 15th. And the day that I'm actually doing the reconciling is the actual 14th. So between 15th and 18th, they start to come out. But yeah, I love me some Patti LaBelle and I love Gladys Knight. I really didn't even understand what Midnight Train to Georgia, like what it really meant until I was a teenager and I was hearing it again. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. He didn't make it. And not like he died, but he didn't make it in music. Yeah, it was in the industry. He didn't make it. And so he left and went back home and she went to go and be with him. And so, yeah. It was one of those things. Why do I have that? Did I drop? Okay. I know somebody's out there like, Tracy, that doesn't belong there. This is my Fed loan. And so, see how I put that in the cash envelope? So I'm going to subtract that out and put that back. I'm looking for the cash envelopes one. What am I doing? I need to shut up. But yeah, here it is, my cash envelopes. I saved $74 because when it popped up negative, I'm like, it shouldn't be negative. But yeah, they didn't tell me those guys were pips. I think I figured it out by the time I was a teenager. But nobody ever said anything, They just let me call those law-abiding men pimps. Parents. Parents. I think if I was my parent, I would have been like, how do you know what a pimp is? What does the word pimp mean? Try to figure out what I was up to, because I ain't going to say I wasn't a sneaky kid because I was. Exxon, I did go and get some gas on September 6th. It was my turn to put gas in a car. I spent $21.13 because I was too lazy. I wasn't too lazy. The car had 2 notches on it. It was under the quarter of a tank, and I don't like mine even get under the half. And those guys, they ain't right. And they know if they tell me to leave out my debit card, I will. But they didn't tell me. They just brought the car back in that condition. They're not nice to me sometimes. I kid. They're good. So I did pay my renter's insurance. So $219 has come out. And it's on my charge card. So I'm going to pay that. Probably should do it when I get finished with this video. That's when I should do it. Oh, let me drag and drop this $97 that I put to my student loans. Sorry, got to move this calculator. I don't know why when I sit here and do this, my back starts hurting. I'm going to change this because I paid $848.98 for my student loans. On the 10th, that's what cleared my bank. And I think that's what I miss about the paid for version because it just has the transaction and I don't have to worry about modifying it. So far so good. I've paid $945.98. I'm just checking to see. If you see me looking down, I'm just checking to see if that's what I wrote on my budget in the actual column. Got to make sure I'm doing the math. But sometimes mathing ain't easy. iCloud. Why am I forgetting where everything is? I'm getting annoyed with myself right now. I paid that. That's $299. And I totally forgot about my quarterly taxes. It's actually September 15th. It's always confusing for me because it's 3 months, 2 months. It's January, February, March. It's due in April and May, is due June 15th. June, July, and August is due September 15th. I always get messed up around that little time. I get the whole thing all just messed up. And I was watching Thrifty Asian, and she was asking a question about taking out taxes and stuff, and what was the amount and everything. And I just went to the site and got the link, and then I saw the dates and everything, because it's so $60.49. It's the answer to her question is difficult, and I'm not a tax person, so I don't want to sit up here and pretend. But I know, like, for me, because I owed taxes this April, I got a bill, I am taking out 30% for myself just to make sure I'm covered, because last year I was taking out 25% and I still owe. So this year I want to make sure I'm covered, because I got that raise earlier this year, and I don't know what the percentage is going to be when it's all said and done. So I'm taking out 30, and we'll see. And so all of these are from the 15th. Those are transactions that are related to my next check that's going to come out tomorrow. So you can see I used to have, 97 left to budget. Now I have 60.51 left to budget. But yeah, I had to just log in real quick yesterday and pay my quarterly taxes. I'm just scrolling through, making sure I haven't forgotten anything. My check has been logged. My cash envelope savings, that's been logged. I didn't make one for the rollover, so I'm just going to drop that in the bucket for $97. That's what I use to pay my student loans. That's the savings from my utility bill. So that's what's represented when I say August rollover. I don't have this logged in here as having received it. I did move the money from my insurance sinking fund savings account to cover that expense. And so that's received. And once I get this check, which will be on the 15th, I will drop all of those transactions in here and then log my other transactions that I have to pay, because I still have all of my utilities to pay. And MLGW is probably around the 27th of the month, 27th or 28th. My cell phone is around the 17th or 18th. Internet is between the 15th and the 17th when it comes out. And I do need to call Sprint. And thank you for suggesting calling Sprint to see why it went up like that for $5. I do need to call them. I am not that good at calling people and saying anything, to be honest. Not my strong suit, but I'm a big girl. Gotta take care of my stuff. So I'm gonna log this because I haven't logged my cash envelopes here. So groceries, I gave myself $300, and I did that around the 5th. So I'm gonna track that there. And normally I just have the one withdrawal, but this time I'm doing it a little bit different. My auto insurance is going to come out on the 28th. Where's the other ones? Where are those other ones? Right here. And my household, $50. I gave that to myself on the 5th. Laundry, I gave that to myself the 5th. But yeah, I was so super, super happy to see. I caught a piece of it. I can't say I saw the whole thing because, y'all, I have always been a person that goes to bed early. So, and don't let me be hearing my jams because I'm going to sleep. That's going to put me to sleep quicker. It's probably what I needed to do anyway. Help me sleep at night. But yeah, those were all my cash envelopes there. I feel like I'm missing one more thing. Like something is not quite right. I thought I had logged everything, but I didn't. So yeah, and I won't touch that $60.51. I always leave that in there because what ends up happening is that once I make, it's already factored in the budget. I've already accounted for it. If I go in and say, oh, I got $60.51 to spend today, go in, put it in, let's say I drop it on my debt, I will have overspent by that amount. So I have learned, and I did it one time. I did it one time before. So I have learned to just hold my horses, wait until the end of the month. And it used to be a really big challenge for me to wait. Waiting is not my strong suit. And eventually I'm going to clear. You see that? I'm going to clear this out of here. I can go ahead and do that now. Because I've technically already paid all my taxes out. This 206.97 is what I've paid to the IRS for the entire year. So that's what that represents. But I've already done that, but I did it in 2 payments on 2 different months. So I'm going to clear that out so it's back to 0. I'm getting a lot better at keeping up with the amounts though. But yeah, I think I got everything. I don't think I left off anything. And thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't know. Sometimes it's hard to see how to proceed. You know your bad habits, but you don't quite know, you're like, I know I'm goal oriented, but I didn't know what was missing when I revised my goals. I know I was afraid to come on and share that I was revising them. And it wasn't, I was afraid of any negative feedback. I was just afraid that I wasn't going to reach it. And so I'm trying to learn to push myself and not stay in the safe zone. And so, but having something that helps me visualize where I want to be in 6 months or a year, 18 months, things like that, that's going to help me with what I need to do and help me stay motivated when I do reach goals. Because yeah, for me, it's like goal done, boom, and vision is gone. But I get it. So thank y'all so much for your help with that. I appreciate each and every last one of you for your support. So I'm going to get on off of here and record my Pay Debt With Me video for y'all so I can have that up for y'all Thursday. And y'all have a super fantastic morning, afternoon, and evening. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, please consider doing so. Bye. And let me know what y'all thought about that versus battle, because it's not a battle when it's R&B, right? R&B is not about battling. It's not about fighting to me. Hopefully there's a resurgence in R&B, good R&B singers. But anyway, bye y'all. Y'all have a good one.